On the afternoon of November 24th, 1971, the day before Thanksgiving, a quiet man walked up to the Northwest Orient Airlines counter in Portland, Oregon. He paid cash for a one-way ticket on Flight 305 to Seattle. On the ticket, he wrote the name Dan Cooper. He wore a dark business suit, white shirt, black clip-on tie, and a raincoat. He carried a briefcase. Nothing about him stood out. He took a seat near the rear of the Boeing 727. Shortly after takeoff, he handed a flight attendant a note. It said he had a bomb. He opened the briefcase just enough for her to see what looked like red sticks, a battery, and wires. He was calm. He ordered her to sit with him. Then he made his demands. $200,000 in $20 bills and 4 parachutes. The plane was to land in Seattle. The passengers would be released once the money and chutes were delivered. The airline and authorities complied. In Seattle, the 36 passengers and 2 flight attendants left the aircraft. Cooper kept the pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and 1 attendant. The plane was refueled. He ordered it to take off again, this time heading south toward Mexico City, flying low and slow with the rear stairs down. Somewhere over the dark, rainy forests of southwestern Washington, a little after 8 o'clock that night, the crew felt a sudden pressure change. The rear stairs had been lowered. Cooper was gone. He had jumped into the night with the money and a parachute. When the plane landed in Reno, the cabin was empty. Only his black clip-on tie and a few other small items remained. That was the last confirmed trace of the man the press soon called D.B. Cooper, a name that stuck because of an early reporting error. No one has ever proven who he was. No body has been found. Almost none of the marked bills have ever turned up, except for a small bundle of decaying 20s discovered by a boy on a Columbia River beach in 1980. The FBI ran one of the largest manhunts in its history. Hundreds of suspects were checked. Theories multiplied. Some said he was an experienced skydiver who survived and lived under a new name. Others said the jump in business clothes, at night, in cold rain over rugged terrain, almost certainly killed him. The FBI eventually closed the active investigation, concluding he most likely did not survive. Yet the case remains the only unsolved hijacking in American commercial aviation history. What makes the story endure is not just the boldness of the crime. It is the clean disappearance. A man walks onto a plane in daylight, demands a fortune, jumps into the dark, and leaves almost nothing behind. In an age of cameras, databases, and digital trails, the idea that someone could vanish so completely still grips the imagination. People keep looking because the silence itself feels incomplete. The black-headed people of ancient Sumer once pressed records into clay so that nothing important would be forgotten. We live in a world of endless records. Yet every so often a single human being steps outside the frame and is never seen again. D.B. Cooper did it on a cold November night in 1971. The money, the parachute, the man, gone. The questions remain. That is the story the evidence allows us to tell, no more, no less, and it is still unfinished.